Okay. Oh, I see someone. Hey, Ray. Welcome. Okay. So I see one thing in the chat. So I'm just going to keep going. So, hi, everybody. My name is Angelina. I am your spiritual alignment coach here at the Inner Alignment Protocol. It's been a really long time since I've been here on YouTube. There's a few reasons for that. So I guess I will give you. I see you now, Sarah. So that's cool. So I'm just going to tell you guys a little bit about where the heck I've been, why I've been gone, what we're doing now, why did I change the name. There's a lot to talk about. I also want to give you all a little bit of a channeled message and maybe even pull some cards if anyone is interested. Yeah, so let's just jump in. Because this is a live stream, I did put this in the description. I do like to answer any questions anyone has. I like to pull cards and stuff like that when I'm here, when I'm doing lives. Once the live ends, though, I don't necessarily pull any cards unless somebody wants to book a private session with me, which is totally fine, and I'm open to that. So let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can see me, other than my tapestry that is like totally in a weird place, which maybe if I just raise my desk. We're just going to leave it. So let me tell you guys all about where I've been. So over the last couple of years, I've had a major restructuring in my life. I've decided that, okay, thank you. Awesome. My mod has left me hanging. And I know there's a little bit of a delay. So I've had a major restructuring in my life. I was going to get my PhD, and I think we talked about that in the last video way back when. And due to unforeseen circumstances of the universe, that did not end up happening. And so I did get my master's degree, which was really cool, but my PhD still eludes me. But I think I'm okay with it. I think I'm okay with where I'm at in my life. So I did end up going my own way, and now I am divorced and on my own, and that is not an invitation, it's just information. So I decided I wanted to get my YouTube channel back up and running again with my own energy, my own vibe, which is why I changed the name to the Inner Alignment Protocol, which also is going to be in alignment or in connection, right, to my business, which is going to be starting sometime in the near future. Sort of new business, new vibe, same energy of hypnosis and spiritual development and intuitive development, and just going in that same direction, but on my own with my own energy and my own intention, and seeing what the universe brings my way. I also want to just bring attention to the lighting in here. I have decided that for this is just sort of informal us talking. And so I don't have like my lighting on or anything, and my windows are open. So this is just like the natural light of my office. And yeah, so I want to give you guys a little bit of a channeled message. I want to pull some cards, answer any questions. So if you have any questions as we go through this, please leave them in the chat and I'll see them. And yeah, so let's talk about it. Okay, so this is a really weird time energetically because we are in full moon in Capricorn, and as well as we just started the Mercury retrograde. And we also are in Cancer season. So like there's a lot going on planetarily. And really what that means for the majority of people is that, we are really working through things from our past, really working through past patterns or past obstacles or things that we've just kind of chosen to overlook over time. And the channeled message that I have is each person had all of these tiny little mistakes or tiny little mishaps or tiny little just misalignments that were never taken care of over time. So what happened is these tiny things just kind of got pushed over to the side and ignored. But now that we're moving into a new season, all of those things are going to start kind of piling up. Like you have to do something with all of those things now, because the restructuring of our souls or restructuring of our personality or restructuring of our life is basically the next step, right? Mercury retrograde isn't a bad thing. The purpose of it is to look at all of these things and push us into that space of alignment, right? So alignment, of course, in the context of this channel is you as soul and you as the identity that you exist within are aligned together. So I'm a spiritual coach and a psychic and a medium. I would not be in alignment if I was a race car driver, right? That's not in alignment with me. That's not in alignment with my protocol or with my identity, and it's not in alignment with my soul. So while it would be interesting, so if anybody ever, has an opportunity for me to try that, that'd be fun. Anyway, so this major restructuring occurs when we're in these planetary retrogrades. And because we're also full moon in Capricorn, it creates this sort of like cynicism for a lot of people. So what do I mean by cynicism? Is sort of like this sarcastic, come at me, bro, kind of mentality, where all of these things are happening to us and we sort of dare the universe to send another thing. Like, oh, that's all you got? Okay, well, come at me, bro, right? It's that sort of mentality of being in this full moon in Capricorn and the Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of kind of sarcastic energy that we have to do something more positive with, right? That sarcastic cynicism isn't really going to help us, but rather it's going to kind of bring us back into sort of a negative, more stagnant energy. So what's really happening? We've got the major restructuring happening in our lives. These little things that have all accumulated over time are starting to manifest in much bigger and obvious ways, right? And I'll give you some examples of this in a second. So the message from the universe is basically this: don't be mad. Don't be mad that you're having to deal with all of these things now. Recognize that these things should have already been dealt with, but they weren't, right? So look at them instead as an opportunity for you to do something positive with the experiences that you had in the past. And as you deal with all of these minor inconveniences that really feel a lot bigger, right? Like, it's like, don't make mountains out of molehills, but like those molehills feel ginormous right now. So look at them just as opportunity for you to grow through those past experiences that you overlooked, and give yourself the opportunity to grow from them and not have those things grow while you shrink. Okay, I hope that makes sense. It's sort of like an Alice in Wonderland kind of a thing where, you're taking a bite of the cookie and you're like getting huge, right? And everything else is getting smaller. Or you can take a bite of the cookie and everything else can get, way bigger and you get way smaller. That's kind of where we're at right now. These things can become small if you handle them and you can move forward in life, or these things can overtake you and you're going to continue to fade into the background. Those are choices you get to make while we're in this particular season of Mercury retrograde and full moon in Capricorn. And just the energy of this week and really moving through it. And let yourself be restructured. Let yourself start over. A really cool thing I was looking at this week is this idea of a power ladder. And so I'm going to tell you guys about this power ladder thing. You let me know if any of this makes sense and if you have any questions as we go through this. So essentially what the power ladder is this idea that every single person and the interactions you have with that person fall on some sort of hierarchy, right? As an example, if I go talk to my grandfather, right, he immediately is going to fall higher on that power ladder than I do because it's my grandfather, right? So he gets, right, not even demands, but he just gets a certain level of respect that I don't because I'm not the grandfather, right? I'm the granddaughter. So that happens all the time, no matter where you are, right? Is that people fall into this sort of hierarchy of respect. And based on just this restructuring that's happening is you also are falling differently on that ladder than you might have before. That doesn't necessarily mean higher, doesn't necessarily mean lower. It just means people are looking at you differently depending on how you handle these problems that are coming up while you're in this Mercury retrograde. So as you interact with people, as you're experiencing just this crazy weird, it's a weird energy. I'm going to give you that. But as you're experiencing it, really give yourself some grace. Give people an opportunity to see you, right? And to see other people, right? Give people grace, give people patience, and they're going to give that back to you because everybody is kind of seeing the world in this different way, right? So let me know if all of that makes sense to you guys. I'm going to go ahead and pull some cards just as a confirmation. I'm using my angel deck because this is my favorite deck. And for my first live back, I thought it was only right to use my angel deck. So one card that came out just in confirmation of the message and any other messages that we might need or want to hear. For all of you who are new here, I'm Angelina, and this is my old but new channel, The Inner Alignment Protocol. Sarah and I also have another YouTube channel called The Inner Alignment Assignment, which is going to be going live hopefully very soon. That's funny. Okay. What do we need to know about the energy of the week? Anything we need to know about the energy of the week? Cool. Now we're getting some cards here. Also, guys, please make sure that you like and subscribe to this channel. Okay, I think that might be it, guys. All right. So the first card that came out is a divine timing card, and we were talking about that earlier, right? About like the universe is doing stuff for us and giving ourselves a time to work through all these small problems that have accumulated over time. And like it's like a house, right? So if you're going to build a house, but the foundation of the house isn't done yet, but you're like, forget it. We'll just keep building the house. The foundation will just, it'll settle. It'll figure itself out. That's kind of like what's happened, right? Is you haven't let the foundation settle yet. You haven't let the cement dry and the wood. I don't know. You guys probably know more about building houses than I do, but the point is the foundation needs to be finished before you can build up the rest of the house. So the universe is basically saying, take care of all these things while you can, because as soon as they're done, you're going to be living life through, yes. You're going to be going through a different way of experiencing the world. The children card basically says that we live in a space of wonder, of curiosity and spontaneity, right? And that's what the universe is bringing for us over the energy of this week, is giving yourself the time to really build the foundation. Then once you do that, you're going to see the world in a completely different way. But the other part of this is that there's signs and synchronicities in, I know you can't really see it because there's a glare, I'm so sorry, but it is a listening card. Trust me, I promise it's a listening card. And it's basically saying that you don't know everything that's happening behind the scenes, right? There's a lot of things that exist outside of our, just our limited view of reality. But there's a lot happening behind the scenes, and your guides, your guardian angels, because I actually have guardian angel card, but there's a lot of things happening behind the scenes. And if you give yourself this opportunity to experience the world differently, you're going to step into this completely new reality. And in that new reality is a new love, a new soul connection. And with that soul connection, you are it's like you won't even recognize yourself. You won't recognize your reality. You'll look back at your life in the past that was so frustrating, so annoying, so tumultuous, so ridiculous. And you're going to be like, yeah, I don't even remember that. that's crazy that I went through all that. Like, that has nothing to do with me, right? I am a completely different person because I took the time to restructure my life in a way that made sense and was in alignment with myself. So let me know if that makes sense to you all. That's really the energy that's coming up. This is the energy basically of this week. I'm going to be coming live and posting more videos just kind of throughout the week, talking about intuition and signs and synchronicities. And I don't know, like, I really want to give you guys updates on my own restructuring, because there is massive restructuring going on in my own life, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video. But the restructuring has been necessary, if not painful at times, but things had to happen the way that they did. And when I look at my life, even like 2 months ago, I don't recognize it. And that's simply because I've allowed myself the time to restructure, and I've had the luxury to restructure. I'm not saying that it's easy to slow down and really take stock of things, but if you use this energy of the full moon in Capricorn and the Mercury retrograde, a lot of people complain about these energies because they're so disruptive, right? Mercury retrograde is very disruptive because it forces us to slow down. It forces us to look at these things and like find a better way to communicate. Like, even for myself, who loves to talk, right? I find it difficult sometimes to articulate myself, and taking that time to slow down and look at what I'm saying and look at the intention. That's the purpose of the Mercury retrograde. You can fight it and resist it and complain about it, or you can look at it as a gift and an opportunity for you to take stock of these things. It's like the same thing I was saying before with the Alice in Wonderland analogy. If you get so big you can't see the problems, that's what's happened in the past, right? You got so big, so busy, so anxious, so overwhelmed that you can't even see those problems anymore. That's not necessarily a good thing, right? Because if you can't see the problems, you can't take care of the problems. But this energy is saying you have to see those problems. You cannot go through life not seeing those problems anymore. You have to take the time to figure out what went wrong. And once you do, that fractured self, the part of you that is cycling in that problem or cycling in that karmic cycle, I don't know what else you would call it, right? Other than just cycling in a cycle. You won't be doing that anymore, because you'll see exactly where you're cycling at, exactly when that cycle begins. You'll be able to say, okay, I'm not doing that anymore. Actually, I've decided that I'm going to quit fighting it. I'm going to quit challenging the universe. I'm going to quit acting like I'm better than that problem. And instead, I'm going to actually take the time to fix it, integrate, figure out where I've been wrong, take my own accountability, and allow that restructuring to occur. All right, everyone, that's kind of what I have for you. I know this was a really quick thing. I really just wanted to touch base with you guys to show you I'm still alive. I'm still alive. And it's really great to see all of you. If you're watching this live, thank you so much for being here. You guys rock. Sarah, my mod, you're amazing. And Ray, thanks for being here. Anyone else who is here, if you left a comment and I didn't see it, I'm so sorry. Send me another one so I can see it, because I love to see the comments. Are really fun. Like this video, subscribe, share this video with anyone that you think would find value in this material. And if you have questions after the fact, feel free to ask those in the chat. I'm really happy to see you all. I'm happy to be here, and I'm going to see you all next time. Bye, everyone.